never tell. So you think you want a van life? Are you sure? I've been doing this for 8 years, since 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's 8. I got some things to say. So I get it. This is one of the moments where it actually is what you think it would be. And we love that. But we got to be honest that this is not the reality most of the time, especially when you're full-time. I had the audacity to think I could park in this spot and I would be fine. I would not be fine. I got the knock at 3 a.m. and I just want to talk about the knock because I didn't get it on film. I'm usually in a state of terror when it happens because I'm a girl alone. Someone is aggressively knocking on my door with an intense flashlight. I can't see them. I don't know if it's someone that is an officer. You hope that it's an officer if they're kind. Or if it's someone that is just checking to see if anyone's in the van because they're planning on ransacking it. And I'm not far from Portland because that is a huge problem there. Probably top 3 in the nation right now as far as cities go for car thefts. So I want to talk about this side of van life while I'm in somewhere beautiful because I had no idea. I just got sold the idea of you're going to live in a van and always have glamping access to everywhere beautiful. You're going to have these iconic shots all the time. And people are just going to know that like you're a traveler, not someone that's homeless car camping. But nowadays, it doesn't feel like that to me anymore. There are people who look at this van, even though it's a Sprinter, and I just spent $3,000 the other day on a radiator, fuel pump, water pump, belts, tensioners, idlers. Like, that is some people's rent for 3 months. And I don't pay rent. I've been full-time since April, this go around. So I know it all balances out, but like, that's the reality. You're paying big prices for big repairs. You don't pay rent, which is a gift, but also you don't have the stability of knowing wherever you park at night is going to be safe. And as a woman, I'm 36, like that some days feels like a lot. Other days it feels like, well, you know, what will be, will be. And I have a cat to throw into the mix, so it's just like making sure that she's safe. No one tries to get her because she's so stinking cute. I just worry someone's going to see her and be like, mine. Because that's how I felt, and I made it happen. But that was Craigslist. That was appropriate. So I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, this other side of van life, the real van life. And I don't want to be another van lifer. This is just my brand in general. I don't like being the person that's like, look at my life. It is so beautiful. You could be like me. I'm like, hey guys, you want to know what this is really like? And pull the curtains back a little and help you see the reality of it all, because that's more refreshing to me, like what really happens in the van. And I just cleaned it partially. Let me show you my partially clean van. So we've got a clean counter. I cleaned the floors. Hold on. This is clean right now. We got a cleanish front. All of this area gets so dusty with cat hair and all of that. People ask if Cosette likes this. What do you think, Cosette? Do you like van life? Are you accustomed to the ways? She's doing fine. Aren't you? Tell the people what you think.
Well, I think I get to go out sometimes, and sometimes that's really nice. And I like to watch the birds, and I like to see if there's any little mice or rats or mole rats, because I like to go get them and bring them home to Mama. She likes that. And at night we get to cuddle. I really love that. It's been real cold lately. And mostly, I feel like I got a little safe haven, but I really prefer a big mansion just for me because I am royalty. Isn't that true? She is busy.
I got distracted. She's so cute. Sometimes I'm like, was I doing something? I don't know. I just got lost in her beauty and glory. Anyway, I think I was telling you about how clean my van is right now, which is why you never see me do videos, because it's not clean most of the time. I mean, especially when it's rainy season. What am I going to do? Like, mop? I don't know. Like, it gets so wet and cold and dreary. Like, I don't want to do anything except wear sweats for weeks at a time. I clean them. I switch them out. Don't worry. But, like, that's the reality for me this time around. But here's the front. So normally this all gets real dusty and you know, hairy because I have a cat. But look at her. She's so cute. How could I not have her? And then, there's my cute boots, by the way. Aren't these so Portland? They're decaying rose Doc Martens. And then here's the reality. We look and we don't judge. Right? We look and we don't judge. I wish I could say the same. Honestly, I can't. If you guys are, good on you. I am judging myself because this is not the type of bed I want. I want to redo all of it. Also, speaking of things I want to redo, let's talk about water damage. Guess when that happened? First year. It was built in Southern California. You know what they didn't account for? Rain. Ask Isaac what that's like. But that's real. I am nearly certain there is mold in it. I am nearly certain, and I have an insane sensitivity. But what is my option? My option is leave it, and where it's semi-sealed in a contained space, or I cut it open, or I redo the entire ceiling. Guess what? I don't have the budget for that. So what is a girl to do except complain about it on YouTube? Like, that's my options. Unless you guys make this go viral. If you do, smash that like button. Make sure you follow if you haven't found me before. I hope you'll like the content. It's kind of a grab bag here. I talk about van life. I also talk about the work I do in the coaching realm. I talk about nutrition. I talk about just real life things that inspire me in the moment. That's kind of how I work. So it's not going to be all me like vlogging, because I don't always really want people to even know where I am. Another thing you learn after 8 years of van life and having friends that are massive YouTubers is that people can be weird. They want to know where you're at, and then they like pop up and you're like, oh, okay. That is threatening to my safety and security. Not going to do that. So that's another reality. What else can we tell you?
Oh, I know. This one's my favorite. Let's talk about all the things that broke down.
See that Dometic fridge? Yeah, it doesn't really work all that much. See my battery? Oh, it looks happy today. It says it's 100% full. That is no longer something I look at because it stresses me out, and it's not always a good thing. Usually by the night, it will tell me that it is messed up. I used to rent this out. So someone accidentally put diesel in my water tank, which is right there. It's a 20-gallon freshwater tank. So I had to cut it open. And pull out the old tank and put in a new one. I rented for 4 years. 4 years. And I am grateful because it paid me well. But all of that money went right back into repairs. I kid you not. And I'm grateful for the experience because it helped me through med school. So I don't want to discredit that. But also, we're talking about the reality of things and not just the glossed over highlights, because that doesn't help you. And I hope this does. What next? I'm so glad you asked. This used to be a Nature's Head toilet. Pulled it out because I just pee in a cup and I poop in public places. I don't know what to tell you. That's the reality. Here is the cat litter, and we just put a little cat box in here. I just cleaned it out. It's sometimes smelly, sometimes not. She's actually a lot better about going in the litter box, which I am grateful for. Her grandson, who's no longer with us, I think he just ran off and lived a wild cat life, because that's kind of, I think, what he always wanted. He was notorious for, if I didn't let him out at night, he would pee somewhere in the van that wasn't the litter box, and that was the bane of my existence. Does she run away? Well, she's got no leash. We stopped doing leashes a long time ago. She is about the same age as the van. Wow, I didn't even think about that. No, I think you're a year older. Yeah. While we're at it, let's talk about repairs. I just had a massive repair that caused an emotional breakdown while I was at Isaac and Jaylena's. Bless them. They literally just let me lounge for like 2 weeks at their place while I was just trying to figure out my life, get my van in running condition. I had the coolant light on for like 3 months, but it was a crack in the reservoir. The reservoir is connected to the radiator, so if the reservoir is off, you got to replace the whole thing. It can cost anywhere from, quotes I've seen, $900 to $1,500, and I got referred to a place that I thought was going to give me a solid deal, and I felt like they tried to take advantage of me multiple times. That really upsets me, because I don't like that in the mechanics world. I've seen it happen. I used to see it happen to my mom, so it's kind of like an old wound for me. But I was like, I'm living out of my van. I'm on a budget. It's really, I just got to get by. And like, I don't have an income right now that's solid and consistent. So, just let me know what we need to get done. And they gave me like over 10,000 of repairs that need to be done. And they're like, we could do this, but since we're underneath there and it's 2 to 3 hours of labor just to pull all of that out, we might as well take care of the things that are in there, because there's oil on the belts, etc. And it made sense. The work they did, it seems to have been good. That wasn't the thing that upset me. The thing that upset me was like, hey, I'm on a budget. And then they're like, yeah, you got to really take care of these brakes. The front, they wanted $2,300. The back, they wanted $2,400 because it's a dually. And then I went and checked around. I called up 3 different places just so I had a good understanding. And for brakes, they can kind of quote you over the phone. You don't need to bring it in. So I got anywhere from $1,200 to $1,600 for both of them. And I feel like if you're solid and you're trying to build a relationship with someone that's going to utilize you, you're honest with them about those things. Like, hey, this is a specialty shop and brakes aren't as important for you to use a specialty shop for, so probably should go to Les Schwab or this place down the street that can do it for a fourth of the price. Like, come on, like that. I just told you I'm living out of my van. I just graduated med school with the largest debt to income ratio in the nation of any school that exists in our nation. I don't have familial support to the extent that I would like. My dad has Alzheimer's. He had to pull out a loan to help me with this. That doesn't feel good for me. And now you're trying to tell me like, yeah, I should try and get my brakes done with you guys. And it's like $5,000. I'm like, wait a minute, I've had my brakes done before. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd remember if it was that expensive. And like, I just told you my situation. So be a homie and be like, you need this done. Don't get it done with us. Save us for these things because we do this way better than the average mechanic. That's what a smart business person would do. I would know. I'm a business person. And having like good customer service is something that I excel at. So when people have poor customer service in that regard and they just have a blatant disregard for someone's like situation, especially as a female that is a solo vanlifer, I get pissed and I have to tell you about it because this is the reality, is that sometimes People just don't even understand the challenges that we're up against, and we have to face it on our own and figure it out, and it can be costly if you don't know what you're doing. And I don't like that other people are getting taken advantage of. It really butters my biscuits. I feel like that's a good thing to say, though. I'd like some biscuits and gravy right now. They've got some good ones down the street. Also, there's another place down here that like does this really cute thing. If you know where I am, don't say it in the comments. Don't you dare say it. Please don't say it. I don't want people to know. But there's this place where they write your name in your secret sauce for your fries, and I really like it. I thought that was a really cute touch. Okay, let me think of something positive. I met someone from Facebook dating, and I asked him if he wanted to meet, and he said yes. He was a very cutie. And I was like, can you help me with my curtains? And he did help me. Van life hack. But I'm actually interested in him. Don't just use guys for things they can do for you. I know it's real tempting these days, but they've got hearts and feelings too. So shout out to the man who helped me with that. I will keep him anonymous because I have learned my lessons. If you've paid any attention to my life, I need to be more reserved about my romantic endeavors because that last one was a dumpster fire. It gives me character. I just love watching her. Cozy. Cosette. Hi. Hi. You are so cute.
Little kitten, why are you so darling? Why are you so stinking cute? I just adore you. She's just a baby. She's just a baby. Come here. Hang out with your
She's
mom.
really enjoying being outside and having her freedom, so I don't know how long this will last. But I get a lot of questions about us hanging out in the van and how easy or hard it is. I think the hardest thing is that I know she wants to be outside more. I trained her originally with a leash, and now I just know that she loves food. And let me see if she'll do it. Are you hungry? Do you want food? No. Pro tip. To keep them not far, don't let them go out with a full belly. Not to say that you should starve your animals. Please don't do that. Please don't call PETA on me. But let them have a little bit of an appetite so that way when they come back, they can do their hunting and, walking around and all that stuff. And then you reward them at the end with food, and that's a little bit closer to their primal instincts. But there's certain areas that I'll let her out like this. It feels pretty safe because we just got a lot of like sandy, I don't even know what you would call this, like brush or some type of foliage. But I know she doesn't like the water too much. We're pretty close to the water. There's a road behind us, so she's not going to go wander too far that way. There's dogs around, so she's staying close. I don't feel as safe in the forest, depending on like how well I know what kind of animals are there, because she's so stinking cute. Like, I worry about hawks getting her, eagles getting her. I worry about mountain, like lions or cougars, coyotes, 1,000%. I've lost, I don't know how many cats to cougar or to coyotes, at least 2. So I am cautious, and it's not lost on me that it's risky to have a van and a cat, or a cat in a van, and to let them out. But her and I have a pretty solid relationship. I can leave this door open and I know that she'll go out and come back in. And if I really want her to come back in the van now, it's way easier than it was like 6 years ago. First couple of years were a little chaotic when I tried to take her in the van because it stressed her out a lot. She doesn't like long drives. She does well with short drives. She loves to be on my lap. And for the most part, she's really good. Whoever's driving, she likes to be on whoever's driving's lap. But she does really phenomenal. And I don't know if I could actually do van life without her, because she is my emotional support animal, like on paper. And in reality, she is there for me, and I'm on my own a lot. And I think maybe a few other van lifers might relate to this, but like, I have my dad. I love my dad. We have the best relationship we've ever had. I have a great brother that him and I have the best relationship we've ever had right now too, through a lot of work, a lot of the work that I facilitate. If you're ever curious, check out my Instagram. But hi, oh, see you later. But I don't always feel like I have somewhere to go. My dad has an open spot in Vegas, but there's not a lot of community or opportunities for me there other than dancing, which I actually love, like incredible workout, but it's not the best, dynamic for me to always be around. I can be sober, I can start a dance floor, I can have fun, but it does lead me into like the devil's den per se. It is Sin City, so to find what I need and what I'm seeking in a relationship, in a partner, in a community, in a grocery store, all the things that I really like aren't totally there. The nature, etc. It is warmer than it is here right now, although today is a glorious, beautiful, sunshiny day, and I feel like a different person. Oh, and it's gonna be sunny here for the next few days. People are like, when are you coming back? I'm like, I don't know. I feel pretty good about this right now. Something about being by the water, those negative ionic charges, balancing the EMF accumulation from a technical life. It's there's someone that's like just pulled up and watching me right now, so I feel a little awkward. Let me pause for a second. I'll be right back. I was just saying that basically when you're a van lifer, there is this tendency that we have to feel like we're on our own, and having a cat really balances that out for me. I do feel guilty because I know she's happier when she just has a home that she can go in and out of with a lot of land to play around and explore. I also feel bad because I know she likes having another kitty cat, and Shadow, for any of you who knew Shadow, he left us ironically at the place he was born to go live his own life. And I have to accept that, and it's still hard for me because it was her literal grandson. She had babies in Costa Rica. One of them didn't make it, 2 survived. One of those is Tofu, who Dorit has, and then the other was Phoenix, who also we don't know where she is anymore. But Phoenix had a whole litter, and Shadow was one of her kitties. But like heavy on the paternal stray cat, wild cat side. So he always wanted to be outside, and he kind of just humored us to come inside for food and maybe cuddles, but that took a long time. Mostly he just wanted to be outside. But regardless, when you feel like you're on your own and you're, living this sort of lifestyle, it's nice to have companionship, and I need that a lot. Also, it's freezing at night. Oh, I'm about to blow your mind. It's freezing at night, and she is the best little heater buddy. Like, she's the original heater buddy. You know what I mean? Now, I'm gonna just rock your world if you don't already know what this is and have one, because it is a literal game changer. Last night, I can't believe it took me so long to do this, but it literally just made it so much better until I got the knock at 3 a.m. Into the mess, and you will find a cute little baby fox water bottle. I'll tag this in the link because this thing is a game changer. It's filled with water. It's still warm from last night. While I'm shouting things out, this one's actually in my TikTok shop, but I love this because and then you turn this little dial, which I can do one-handed, and oh no, you're a van lifer and things fell. This is literally a game changer. I'm telling you what, the other ones, I forget what they're called, but the ones that are really popular, they spill all over the place. Oh, Stanley's. Those spill everywhere. This one, incredible. And it keeps anyway, this has been quite the video. I was just in a beautiful location. This is when I want to actually film things, because I'm like, hey, I'm actually a van lifer, not just this girl living in her van in a parking lot, Sometimes that loses its glamour. understand it until you're in it, and then you're like, whoa, like that guy who's doing meth next to me just like waved at me like we were friends. We are not the same. No shame if that's where you're at in your journey. Everyone is somewhere in their journey. And that's not where I personally feel that I am anywhere close to, yet we're living remarkably similar lives. And it's hard to differentiate who I am versus who they are, because sometimes everyone treats us the same too. They just see that you're an unhoused person in the vicinity that is taking up prime real estate, which is what happened last night when I got the knock. They're like, yeah, these people with the houses, they really don't like when people park here. And I'm like, oh, the irony that I am of native descent, and to like feel that ancestral connection to like, and again, I am displaced. And to be here and to simply enjoy it is something that I don't have access to unless I like buy one of these boxes that people call homes that's usually moldy. And that's a big reason why I do van life, which I don't talk about as much, is that like I have an extreme mold sensitivity. And if you have a nice house, it doesn't matter. It affects all houses. So I don't have the budget after graduating with the largest debt to income ratio, knowing that my debt every year starts at 30,000 interest added on per year. Like, I got enough to worry about. I don't know if I'll ever have a house, but I also don't have the ability to save up money and get myself a house. My credit is shot. I can't even get a credit card. I can't even get a loan. I've been struggling mentally with this a lot lately, and coming out about it and sharing it because I have judgments about myself for feeling like I'm just a failure, even though I have this insane education and I'm able to help people in ways that no one has ever been able to help them radically and expediently. I'm insanely good at what I do, but I feel like it was systemically made so people like me with wisdom that I have don't have the easiest ability to get on their feet. Because why? Then we keep that healing information to ourselves and we gatekeep it because we have to. Also, on that note, you guys should check out my new offers. I'll put the link in bio of things that I sell that are going to help you feel better. Mostly it's going to be my Nourish and Thrive ebook. It helps you balance yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, utilizing ancient principles of Chinese medicine, and makes it super simple and easy to approach with simple meals. There's 35 different recipes and a full meal plan, so you always have something to inspire you. But then you understand the logic and reasoning underneath it that allows you to see the way you eat and the way you feel and your like physical sensations in the body a whole lot differently that we've known about for thousands of years, and is radically more intelligent, intuitive, synergistic, holistic. It's just incredible. And the fact that I'm providing this at the price that I am is a steal. And learning how to market that for you guys is actually a challenge for me. But you can go do that. Or I have a women's circle that is on Wednesdays. A few of you that found me from online, from YouTube, are actually with me there. And I'm so grateful for that. And we meet first 3 Wednesdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to join, happy to have that. Gives some sense of normalcy to my life to have something where I can continually show up and hold and be held and share and goal set and vision and pray. It's all the good things that I need in my life. So this is van life for me. And this is just my own limited experience after 8 years. And I thought if I could share anything that would help one person in ways that I probably could have used, then this will be an awesome video. I hope to make more. I have to thank Jaylena and Isaac because they always push me more than I want to do this stuff, because van life is only a small aspect of my life, but right now it actually is a really big part of my life. And I'm learning how to share that again in a way that feels good and safe for me, in a way that is also useful and helpful for you all. If you have any more questions about certain parts of my van life or what I do, etc., put them down in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. I love you guys. I hope you're doing well. From my heart to yours, take care. Ciao for now.
Good girl, Cozy. Good girl. Very clean. What are you doing, Cozy? What are you doing? 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 What Where are you going?